The Minnesota legislative session is now over, but right before the session ended there in May, the Minnesota State Legislature decided to approve, and then Governor Dayton signed the authorization for a union vote among in-home child care providers and among those in-home providers that take care of disabled relatives and elder relatives, etc. Now, all that sounds great and fine and jazzy to start with, but really, let's look at what this is. In-home child care providers, at least when you look at the daycare, the in-home child care provider aspect of it, are independent business owners. Frankly, the state of Minnesota has given a vote for independent business owners to unionize themselves. Now, I'm unaware of any other union that has owners of businesses that are actually unionized in them. Furthermore, it's not the whole in-home child care provider community that's going to be able to vote on this. It's roughly about a third. It's roughly children of parents that have CCAP kids. In other words, child care providers that have these children that are CCAP. What are CCAP kids? CCAP kids are children that parents get some kind of subsidy from the state in order to afford child care. In other words, the poor or downtrodden parents that are trying to work and trying to put their kids in daycare, trying to put their kids in child care. So what's the issue with that? Well, only those kind of daycare providers would get to vote, and they would get to vote on a piece of legislation and get to vote on, frankly, a piece of law and unionization that could affect everyone, yet only about a third of them get to vote, licensed and unlicensed. Now, what benefits would a union create? Well, after talking to several child care providers here in the Lakes area, they're asking the same question. Because in the law passed by the state of Minnesota, in-home child care providers, unionized, would not be allowed to strike. Now, I don't know about you, but frankly, a union's ability to strike is its leverage. That's how it can negotiate higher wages, better health care benefits. Furthermore, these in-home child care providers are telling me that the union, that they could be forced to join, and yes, you would be forced to join the union or pay fair share dues, etc., if you want to take these CCAP children. The union that they would be forced to join could not guarantee them the same kind of medical benefits other state employees have, even though these unionized in-home child care providers, these independent business owners, would suddenly be classified as state workers. Can't get them the same medical benefits, can't get them the same kind of vacation pay. What can they get them? Well, the ones that have been getting the getting are the Democratic politicians in Minnesota and the unions, SEIU and AFSCME Council 5. They stand to gain millions of dollars in union dues. They've been trying to push this in-home child care unionization vote for the last 6 years. In fact, Governor Dayton went so far as to abuse his executive power as governor of the state of Minnesota a year and a half ago, executively authorizing this vote of only a fraction of in-home child care providers. Thank goodness at the time we had a Republican House and a Republican Senate in Minnesota that wouldn't take up this legislation. That's why the governor just did it by himself. A judge in Ramsey County overruled him, overturned that decision, saying he overstepped his bounds. But now, since the election left, and we have a DFL control House and Senate, the labor unions rule in Minnesota, and this is their payback for getting them elected. This is how they're going to collect their money. 13 states in the union have had in-home child care provider unions. Guess how many of those 13 states have them today? 7. Why? They brutally failed to help out in any way to significantly make improvements in child care, ended up costing taxpayers more money because in some formulas, it was the taxpayer that ended up paying the union dues. So, do you want to pay union dues for other people's children to go to daycare? Well, AFSCME Council 5 and SEIU says they want you to. I have made numerous requests in the year and a half to talk to either one of these unions. They've never sent a representative. You know why? They know what they're doing is wrong. They know what they're doing is boldly a lie. They know what they're doing is a complete money grab. They don't care because the unions are dying in this country. Less than 15% of people belong to a union now. They are virtually dead. And this is them hanging on with their claws, trying to get every single penny they can. Furthermore, in this area, what has a union done for anybody in the last 10 years? American Crystal Sugar Workers, how'd that union lockout work out for you? Worked out real swell, didn't it? How about the people out at Snappy Standix here in Detroit Lakes recently? How is your union representing you? How are things going for you there? Unions are dying. They know it. They need to come up with more money. This is a way to do it. They delivered votes to the DFL party. Now the DFL party must deliver dollars, and the only way it stops is if in-home child care providers unite together, stand up and say, no, we own our own business. We don't work for the state. We work for our families.